When I was 16, I was already wishing I had a manual on relationships and dating, and I'll bet you feel the same way. Wouldn't it be so much easier if you had a simple owner's manual for guys? Hey, this is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. That's what we're going to talk about today. Advice on guys. 5 critical relationship tips. Well, that owner's manual isn't real, sorta. I'll tell you more about that in a second, but I'm going to give you a few pages out of that owner's manual right here today. Some powerful advice on guys that any woman can put to use right now. And this isn't that magazine rack trash you see at the grocery store checkout. This is going to be the juicy, fun stuff. All right, advice on guys. Tip number 1. Don't listen to guys. Look, the one thing that might tempt you is to ask a guy why he does the stuff he does. It might seem super tempting, in fact, but don't do it. And yes, I tell guys not to listen to women either. The reason is fairly simple. We think we're rational creatures, making logical decisions from our logical brains, but we're not doing that at all. In fact, we're all making decisions from our emotions first. Then we back them up with logic to make them all sound good. Remember, when you ask a guy why he pulled away from a woman, he'll tell you all kinds of things, but the one reason that you probably won't hear is that he just felt this gut emotional response that he had to obey. No guy wants to admit that he doesn't know why he did what he did, or he was driven by his emotions. And most women don't want to do this either. So we invent convoluted stories about why we did this or that. Remember, when it comes to understanding somebody's motivations, why they did what they did, sometimes you just can't ask them directly. You won't get the right answer. You'll just get more confusion. They don't really know. What makes things hugely frustrating is when you're trying to understand men, and this whole thing is just confusing enough as it is. All right, advice on guys. Tip number 2, wait 24 hours. This is one of the rules of dating that women everywhere need to take to heart. It's my little personal rule that I give my coaching clients. Sometimes it's easy to let a man, your man, really get under your skin. For example, he didn't respond to your 8:30 a.m. text and now it's nearly lunchtime. Is he cheating? Is he out with his friends? Stop. Right there. Stop. Before you can make any assumptions about what's going on, you need to wait 24 hours. This is my 24-hour rule. If he's broken his routine for any reason or done something out of the ordinary, you have to wait 24 hours before you take any action. The reason for this is pretty simple. There's going to be times when he's distracted by other stuff and doesn't do what you expect him to do, or he's just got some random situation come up. And if you suddenly panic and leave 10 messages on his voicemail, yeah, watch the movie Swingers for that one, it's going to make him think you're a lunatic. The 24-hour rule ensures that you don't make this mistake and tarnish your relationship with a gallon-sized jug of crazy. All right, tip number 3, he's not a woman. I know, newsflash. I'm going to get a lot of angry emails on this one, but this is really important. Don't pretend your man is a woman. He ain't. Don't treat him like one either. This might sound like common sense, but it's one of the first things I have to remind women when I'm coaching them. Let me give you a little newsflash here. Men will pretend to be more like women. We say these emo things like, oh, we like emotional films, we like dramas and chick flicks. We say that up front because we want to have a shot at sleeping with you, all right? And seeing if the relationship might go somewhere. It's just like when a woman says she likes action movies or video games or sports, and we know darn well you don't really. So don't treat him like a girl. He's a different kind of toy entirely. Go get girl stuff from girls and guy stuff from guys. All right, advice on guys. Tip number 4, control your monster. You know the monster I'm talking about, right? The green-eyed monster, jealousy. It's huge and it can ruin your relationship in just a few careless sentences. You have to keep a tight rein on your feelings of jealousy. Men are very keenly aware of your ambient level of jealousy with respect to other women. Most guys like a little bit of it, but well, it actually a little bit shows that you're into him and it validates our ego. But if you go a little too far, you're going to look insecure, and that's very unsexy to guys. Because stuff like that can send you reeling off into the stratosphere, into the jealousy zone, faster than a trip to a local gentleman's club would. So just keep an eye on that kind of activity. Advice on guys, tip number 5, is just to play it smart. First of all, remember, men are watching you to see if they can feel confident about your ability to raise his children. That's a universal signal that all men are looking for. This one is off the charts, big time important. If we don't feel pretty sure that you're a together girl, we'll stay with you, but we'll keep our eyes open for better opportunities and a better prospect. Yeah, that's the same way most women will stay with a guy until something better comes along. Yes, women do this too. And second of all, men want to see if you are in charge of your own self-esteem. Most women downplay compliments and their own strengths, and this comes from a deep cultural programming that you likely got from other women when you were in your tweens and teens. This programming told you that if you try to stand out or stand up for yourself, you're going to get squashed back down. You see, smart girls know that men love this kind of confidence. If you can talk about something that you're good at with enthusiasm to him, he's going to be turned on faster than the lights after a late night horror movie. Being a smart girl means knowing how to show him the signals he's looking for. You see, men are more savvy than most women know. You might mistake us for being sexually obsessed pervs, but we're actually operating according to a mating program. And this program was installed in our hard drives at birth. There is a way to hack into a guy's program. You can break into his heart with almost no effort if you know what buttons to push and what words to say that will flip that obsession switch. You want to know how to get into the guy program in your man's head? Go on to the link you see below this video. Just click on that. It'll pop you right over, or the one you see on the screen, probably somewhere down there. And then do the big three. Number one, you got to like this video. Click that like button right now before you do anything else. Subscribe so you keep getting this good stuff every single week. And leave me your comments and questions below so I know what videos to make in the future. Hey, this is Carlos Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com with more advice on men. I'll be back again very soon with more. As always, live and love with passion.